What is up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you guys a way that you can find and use any blitz out of any formation in Madden NFL 20. With the meta being just in 7, it's really not that hard today. And it's not going to be hard the rest of the year if I'm being completely honest. So I'm going to just go ahead and just choose a random team. Okay, Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm pretty sure they're a 4-3 playbook. We're going to go ahead and ready up. I'm going to ready up on offense as well. I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can make a blitz out of any defense, and I mean any defense. Big nickel, nickel normal, 2-4-5, 3-3-5 odd, 2-4-5 double A gap. Any formation, 2-4-5 is going to be double A gap is going to be a little bit different. So let's go into 4-6 normal. Not many people use 4-6 normal, and let's go into cover 3. I just like a basic cover 3, you know, nothing really too hard. I'm going to go into gun bunch. It's going to be one of the better blocking formations. Let's just go into spacing switch. So here's how you can make a blitz out of any formation in the game, whether it be big nickel, nickel normal, 3-3-5 odd, 3-3-5, 3-4 of any variety, 4-3 of any variety. It's going to be blowing your mind away how easy it is. So when we're on defense, there's a couple different quick adjustments that we need to know. Now, if you guys don't know all your quick adjustments, there's a link in the description. Go check it out. It's a guide for beginners. It's only, I think, like $4 or something like that. So it's going to be really, really helpful, especially transitioning over to Madden 21. Super simple. And if I'm on the right controller, it's going to be a little bit easier. It's just a blitz all linebackers. Press. You can see, bam, they drop down. Sometimes if you do a baseline, there we go. Now you get everybody to drop down. And there's your blitz. Everybody's like, well, this is just a 7-man rush. We're going to take it up a notch. I'm going to go ahead and block 7. Practice mode is a little different with how the blocking works. MUT, reg, CFM, all of those modes are different. I don't understand why they made them so complicated, but they overcomplicated it. It's not a surprise. But here's what everybody's doing. And let's see if I can put this guy into inside third. Perfect. I've never ran 4-6 normal this entire year. I ran it a couple times last year, not too much. But this is what everybody's doing. They're sending 7, and they're sending their user as well. Now, you guys are thinking, well, that's still technically sending 7, right? The way that the offensive line works this year is anybody that's blitzing, even if you're just disengaging with a block, the O-line still recognizes it as an 8th blitzer, and therefore it's just going to mess it all up. So let's just go ahead and see how this works. So bam, right there, we're getting one guy coming in clean. It takes a little bit longer. Again, some formations are better than others, so results are going to vary. Obviously, 3-4 is going to be the best defense in the game. So let's go in baseline, blitz all linebackers, press. Come on. Press, there we go. Sometimes we need to press more than once. Sometimes pressing once will work. Same exact thing. Let's go ahead and let's just add something. We're going to go ahead and add it by slanting our D-line to the outside, QB contain. Everybody runs the contain blitzes. If you don't, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. Max protect. And again, right there, we scream off the edge. The problem with the O-line logic this year, and it's been an issue for a long time, is they don't understand that, hey, if he's disengaging, we can just ignore him altogether and slide over to that guy that's coming off the edge. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's a little annoying. You saw right there, we're screaming 4-6 normal against the max protect gun bunch, one of the best blocking formations in the game. The only way they're going to be able to block this every single time is by motioning in a wide receiver from bunch side. That's the only way you're going to be able to pick up these kind of blitzes consistently. So let's go and do this again. Let's do a different formation. Let's go into a 4-3. I'm going to see what kind of 4-3 they have. We're going to go back into gun bunch on offense. I always get the controllers messed up. Back into spacing switch. 4-3. Let's go odd. I like 4-3 odd. And if you stay tuned, I'm going to go. And so with 4-3 odd, again, same results are going to happen. Blitz all linebackers, press. And you can see same thing. This is kind of looking like a 3-4 odd. We're sending 7, and then it's contain blitzes. If you are not containing, you're going to find that your blitzes aren't going to work nearly as effective. Again, max protect gun bunch. Guys, it's really not that hard to find blitzes this year. It doesn't require much talent or skill whatsoever. You just got to understand coverages behind it. But let's go max protect gun bunch. Bam. That time, because our user doesn't bump somebody, we get a warp animation. That time, because our user doesn't bump somebody, it picks it up. So be careful about that when you're sending 8-8, if you want to say it like that. you have to be sure that you're going to bump a tackle or a guard or the center. You have to engage with somebody. Otherwise, it's going to get picked up every single time. A lot of people will think, well, this blitz is just block 7, right? Yeah, if they're not sending their user, it's going to work. But if they send their user and they're successfully able to engage with the block, then you're going to get screamed at every single time. That's just how Madden 20 works. So let's go and do this one more time. Blitz all linebackers, press. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can do a baseline and 3-4 odd, baseline show blitz, blitz all linebackers. It's a little bit different from 4-3. Again, I just wanted to show you guys that you can make a blitz work out of any formation. Let's go ahead. We're going to send 7, but I'm not going to block anybody. Just show you guys kind of the results behind it. See right there, bam, we have 4 people coming in free. So it's not that difficult at all. At all. And I don't know if 4-3 odd is going to work too well. Nah, it doesn't work like it does in 3-4. In 3-4, if you baseline show blitz, pinch line, I think it's just baseline show blitz, all your linebackers should drop. I don't really use that blitz anymore because it's too easy to get bombed over the top at this point of the year in Madden, in MUT in general. But there are ways in 3-4 that 3-4 odds specifically. If you baseline, I will say it's baseline show blitz. You may need to pinch linebackers. I haven't used that blitz in such a long time that it's just habit at this point. But point of this video is just to show you that you can use this same setup for any defense. So let's go under smoke. All right, this is going to be nickel normal. Nickel normals are pretty good blitzing set because you have a nickel corner, you have just a fast corner. So same concept. This time, one thing to note, if you have a linebacker that's lined to the outside of the offensive line, if you try to blitz all linebackers and then press, they're not going to drop down to the offensive line. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So blitz all linebackers, press, 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 press. You can see right there, even though I'm clicked on, I didn't move him, and that would not have impacted him. Because he's aligned to the outside, he's still on a blitz, but he will not drop to the offensive line. I'll show you guys, in fact, that what I'm talking about is the case. Right there, still get sacked. I'll make sure I'm clicked off Miles Jack, so we have no interruption or no interference with that one. So again, blitz all linebackers, press, press, press. And you can see same result, Miles Jack not dropping in. So if you notice there's a misalignment, you'll need to do a baseline, and that is not a baseline, but whatever. And then press, and then bring this guy in, QB contain. Anytime you have a slot corner on the defense, you always need to move him in to where he gets into contain. If you do a press against gun bunch and QB contain, oftentimes you're going to find that he's going to be close enough to the defensive end to be able to switch into that contain assignment instead of just being a basic blitzer. So just be aware of that when you're going against certain formations. But again, this is a send 7. There's nothing really unique about it. If you max protect and gun bunch, oftentimes you'll be able to pick this up. I'm going to go ahead and bring my user down. If I expect them to max protect, I'm going to start blitzing myself as well. Again, engage with the block. You can see right there, getting somebody to come through clean. Now, gun bunch is one of the best blocking formations in the game. It's not to say that it's impossible to block some blitzes, but it's certainly difficult with the way that the blocking is this year. Even if you slide protect, you're going to mess up your blocking tremendously. ID and double team against the heavy blitz is really going to hurt it as well. But let's switch over to the offensive side. I'll give you guys some pointers as well of different ways that you can go about attacking these blitzes. A lot of people will say, hey, hit your slants, hit your hitches, maybe streak them, put 2 streaks right up the middle of the field. Those are viable, but you have to understand zone assignments behind that. For example, soft squats, they have a match principle. For example, let's go into gun bunch and show you guys what I'm talking about with that. Let's just go spacing switch. We'll keep it simple. I don't want to use under smoke. Let's go nickel blitz too. So I'm going to go max protect right here, and I'm going to put X on a slant. I'm just going to snap the ball as is. I'm not going to make any adjustments on defense. And you'll see right there, bam, he matches. All right. So that's how a soft squat's going to play every single time, as long as there's no immediate threat to the flat, whether it be ran by a running back, or if they're to motion one of these wide receivers over there and put them on a little whip route, out route, flat route. As long as there's nothing attacking his side of the flats, he will always match with that wide receiver. So a little tidbit of information there on the defensive side of the ball. But that's the big thing why I see people say, run a slant, because slants don't always work. Ideally, when we're going against somebody that's a heavy blitzer like this, go ahead and set this up. Come on, press. There we go. Press down to the offensive line. When we're facing somebody that likes to send a heavy amount of pressure, and if we're going gun bunch, the best way and what you'll find some good players do is they'll drop their safeties down, is to just try and find a streak right up the middle of the field. What I would do in this situation, honestly, is I wouldn't look to block it. I'll just send A on a streak, B on a streak, and maybe, or sorry, RB on a streak, and then B on a drag. Motion this guy over, and then block my running back, and maybe have dual drags or have an out route, whatever the case may be, and do something like this. Again, if they're sending a heavy amount of blitz, heavy amount of pressure, the only way that they're going to be able to successfully guard this is if they were to do something like this. And then they take away both streaks pretty successfully. But again, remember, we have this drag that they also have to worry about. So snap this ball, bam, because you're right there. If Big Ben can actually make a throw, this is what's so bad about this meta, is the pressure inaccurate. You can't throw a drag this year because of that crap. You have to have an ability for it. But again, the point of the matter is just to force the user to respect both these streaks. Blocking your running back essentially just helps with getting the first guy chop blocked, but there's always going to be something coming through clean. It's just something, that's how the game is. So again, come on, blitz. We're going to have to manually bring that guy down because I was clicked on. Oh, well, it's not going to work right now. But still, same exact adjustments. A on a streak, RB on a streak, B on a drag. Running back hopefully can just chop block the slot corner. We're going to go ahead and bring this guy down, man him up, bring this guy down, man him up to the tight end. And then I'm going to just use this linebacker right there so he stays. So same exact idea. Streaks are going to be great because they're usually going to be on a safety in this situation. And so if they do take away both streaks, you're going to have the drag for the underneath stuff. Again, it's just quick snap throw stuff. So bam, right there. That time we don't get pressure inaccurate, who knows how or why, but we're able to get a good amount of yards off of it. So pretty simple stuff behind attacking any kind of blitz. We'll change this up now. Let's go into 4-6. What the heck, right? Just to show you guys that you can use this across the board. So let's go back into this cover 3. You know what? We're not going to go into gun bunch. I'm going to go into something else. One thing I will say is a formation that has 2 tight ends and a shotgun, whether it be wing slot weak or wing slot offset, not a good idea. It's viable, but I personally don't like it. I'd rather have a little bit more speed on the field. You know, for the sake of this video, I'll just use it anyways. I don't recommend it because the blocking's not that good because you're just so heavily set to one side. Let's go ahead and set this blitz up. Again, super simple. It really does not require too many adjustments behind it. Sometimes you may need to press more than once. Again, same idea. They may man this guy up. They may man that guy up. They may man this guy up or whatever. Maybe this guy to this guy, this guy to this guy. And now, let's just go ahead. There should be 4 verticals. Perfect. We'll go 4 verticals right here. I'm going to put my running back on a wheel route. I'm going to go do, hopefully a man line. I think a man line will mess this up. I'm going to go ahead and just manually move these guys over. So usually when you're looking at, oh, dang it. When you're looking on offense and you see them moving people around like that to get them into what would look like more of a man line, their chances are they have manned them up. And so right here, these vertical routes are going to be smothered. So instead, what we want to do is we want to start looking to our running back in the flats. Now that there are no deep zones, we don't really have to worry about that too much. Essentially all we're trying to do is clear out the flat area, so then in turn we can hit the running back underneath. We'll look for these vertical routes real fast and see if we can hit them with a passage to the inside. Oftentimes you'll find you won't be able to right there. Bam, we get. I don't even know what happened. I don't know if we got unlucky or lucky, but with passage to the inside, you can pretty much snap throw any kind of man up assignment. Again, come on. Oh, my goodness, game. Baseline. There we go. Thank you. Baseline. Blitz all linebackers. Keep it contained. This guy refuses to drop down. Drop down a little bit. There we go, buddy. So let's go and... Oh, okay, whatever. Let's go and do this one more time. We're going to do the same exact adjustments. Man up, everybody. And you saw right there. We got a little unlucky, but if you're able to snap throw that, as long as they don't press... If they were to press your wide receiver and move him down like this, it's going to be really hard to snap throw it. But if he's backed off, you'll often find yourself being able to hit that as just a quick throw. But when you start noticing things like this, essentially this is like a pinch bucko, a good representation of what a pinch bucko might be, is you're going to start taking the underneath stuff. Until they start hitting you in the flats, I'm just going to streak everybody. do something like this. This is definitely not an adjustment I would recommend. In fact, we're going to move this guy out so he doesn't just get straight up burned. But as soon as you notice them leaving the flats, that's when you're going to start taking this underneath step. Far too many people focus on just taking it over the top and trying to block it, when it's so much easier to just take this short stuff for a good gain of about 5 yards, 10 yards if you can get a broken tackle and that your tight end doesn't just stand there, or a touchdown. And your tight end doesn't just stand there looking at people run past him. But you guys can see right there, it's just a very, very simple math game. If they're sending 7 and you send out 5 routes, the user is going to be very, very stressed. And this is coming from experience on what to guard. Anytime you're going against a good user, and this is kind of my final tidbit on offense, you need to kind of predetermine what route you think he's going to attempt to lurk first. Oftentimes, what they want to do is either A, lurk what they anticipate to be a streak up the middle of the field, or B, lurk what they anticipate to be a flat to the running back. So be very careful and be very observant with what the user likes to do, where he likes to hover or whatever he might like to do. You can try running against these in formations like stretch. In fact, this is going to be the last piece I'm going to give it to you guys. You can try using a stretch play against certain formations. Again, 4-3, it's pretty trashy, but just to kind of give you guys an idea on some things that you can use. Let's go. Oh, beautiful. I don't know if they have a stretch. Come on. Darn. They should have a stretch and I-form tight, right? Darn it. Okay, we're going to go. Oh, wait. You know what? We're going to go to concepts. If you guys ever need help with that stuff, as you see, I don't run the... They don't have a stretch? You got to be kidding me. Well, I'm going to just let you guys know. Whatever. Oh, wait. That's a stretch. That's close enough to a stretch. If they do something like this, and this covers over to the 3-4 of any variety where they're just dropping everybody into coverage, it's going to be very hard for them to defend a stretch. The only way they're going to defend a stretch is essentially by getting lucky. They might drop this guy down into a spy, and often this is going to be a sep you'll see, and then just use it as backside safety. Let's just go ahead and run this stretch. See how well the blocking is. So right there, again, unlucky blocking. People are getting just straight up disengages because our tight ends think there's somebody for them to block downfield. And then that's a bad example. Let's try this one more time. Again, with running, one tip. I'm giving a lot of tips. Probably should shut up right now. But one thing is to be sure that you're not holding on to that turbo button until you get past the line of scrimmage into the open field. You'll still get block sheds like that, which kind of suck. But you'll notice that if you're able to get to the outside quick enough, and not holding down that turbo button, stretch, another fantastic way to destroy this. But that's going to cover a little bit of 2 different sides of the ball. One is how you can find these blitzes. How are us content creators finding these blitzes? It's not that hard. It's really, really not that hard this year. The blitz meta is so tremendously bad this year that it just doesn't really take too much skill. So if you guys are wanting to learn how to find these blitzes, or if you're just like, bruh, all these blitzes are the same thing on YouTube. It's in 7. Because that's essentially what Madden 20 is. And so with that, that's going to take care of this video, going a little bit of offensive side as well as the defensive side of the ball. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Usually I post money plays. I'm not going to be doing mini blitzes because aside from the 1-4-6 and Sin 7, there's really not much more to be said as far as blitzes are concerned until I find a way to glitch out the running back for you guys. Man, 20. Not too many more blitzes are going to be coming out the rest of this year. So anyways, that's going to take care of this video. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Check out the links down below in the description for merch as well as guides to help you in Madden NFL 20 and getting ready for Madden 21. And this has been T-Meister. See ya.